What's up, crew? It's Jordan Crypt here with the first video in my AI trading bot course. And today we are doing an introduction into Pionex, which is the world's leading AI crypto bot trading platform. And we have an amazing campaign which will allow you to trade with free capital while you are learning to use these bots. I want you to all get involved in accessing this free capital as we're going to be learning together in this course and live streams, and I'll be funding an account for us all to do an account growth challenge together. Let's get into it. The truth is that most of us don't have time to trade full time. And of course, it's impossible as a human being to trade 24/7. There is also the fact that humans are emotional creatures, and this can affect our ability to make sound decisions when trading under pressure. Even if you are a full-time trader, you can supplement your trading plan with automated trading strategies. Most of us know that the majority of the time, crypto markets are stuck within ranges, which means that hodling over time can leave you with the same or less than you started with, without generating any real gains. The best way to generate profits is to buy low and sell high continuously within these ranges. This is the basis of the grid bot strategy, a strategy that can be utilized in diverse ways on the Pionex platform without having to bind any API keys and with very low fees. These smart bots actually buy continuously on the way down and sell continuously on the way up, and then rinse and repeat this process. Pionex's automation and AI features are a mix of built-in strategy templates, data-driven parameter recommendations, and rule-based logic embedded within its trading bots and platform. We'll go through each of these in detail in future videos. In this course, I'm going to teach you how to identify current ranges and use risk management to make sure you are milking the ranges safely. We're also going to explore all of the automated features of Pionex to make sure we're using the platform to our full advantage. Pionex offers a wide range of trading bots, but here are some of the most popular that we'll cover in this course. First of all, spot and futures trading bots. These bots trade within a price range, automatically capturing small profits and accumulating. There is also the DCA martingale bot, which allows you to increase and compound your position using incremental sizing on downtrends. There is also the smart trading bot, which allows you to utilize take profits and trailing stop losses to manage risk on trending markets. And the signal bot, which allows you to connect your trading view strategy via webhook to Pionex and automatically execute trades. We will be creating trading view strategies as a community and connecting them to the smart trade bot. So stay tuned for all of the live streams and videos in this course. Those are some of the main bots that we'll be starting with, but as you can see, there is a wide range of bots for us to explore, and we'll be looking at each and every one of them. Getting started is straightforward, and we have an awesome bonus deposit campaign here to allow you to access free capital to trade with while you are learning and still earn withdrawable profits. Make sure you sign up using the link in the description or this QR code, and just complete your KYC2 to receive your first 50 USDT futures grid bonus. I cannot stress enough, crew, this is free capital, allowing you to trade with zero risk while you are learning to use this platform. Once you've done your KYC2 and received your first 50 USDT, that's when you can make your first deposit. And you can see here that if you deposit $100, you receive a $100 futures grid bonus. Deposit $500 and receive a $300 futures grid bonus. These bonuses go all the way up to a potential $1,000. And really, any of these amounts are enough to get started with earning profits on this platform. And my community knows I am very risk managed. There is no better way to learn to trade on a platform than with free capital, which is zero risk. Once we really get to know and understand these bots, then we will be funding our accounts with more capital and doing a challenge as a community. After you've deposited, please be sure to also join the exclusive Pionex room in my Discord server, as that's where we'll be having our discussions, extra bonus campaigns, exclusive community support, and our account growth challenges. So let's go through a quick setup example of a low leverage futures grid bot. The first thing to do is to identify a current range. I would focus on one time frame, and as a start, I would use the 4-hour time frame. Here we can see that there is a range forming on Bitcoin on this 4-hour time frame. Then try to use your measurement tool to get an understanding of what the average candle size is on this time frame so that you can get an idea of the level of volatility that's currently happening in this range. Here we can see that many candles within the 4-hour time frame do reach a 1%, meaning that we could set our grids 1% apart. And this would allow us to capture a lot of up and down movement and profit off volatility. Once you've identified the lower and upper extreme levels of your range, as well as the general volatility, then you head to the Pionex platform and to the Futures Grid bots. You can customize this platform to your liking. The UI is very good. Here you can choose to copy AI strategies that are already running and do have some backtested data, or you can customize your own bot. For the sake of this example, we are wanting to create a neutral bot and we are wanting to customize it ourselves. First thing is to take note of the extremes of your range and those levels. Now you come to enter your lowest price and highest price according to the range that you've identified on your chart. Then you can choose your grid quantity and you will be able to see these grids on the chart and understand if they are in line with the volatility that you have identified. You can then go and choose your leverage. I would highly recommend starting off with a very low leverage while you are learning to use these bots. Once you become more advanced, you can use a higher leverage, but of course with higher leverage, there is higher risk of liquidation. Now you can actually see your grid on the chart and then adjust your amount of grids to suit the volatility in the candles. Once you're happy with the way that your grid looks, then very important is to make sure that you are including a stop loss both above your range and below your range. As most traders know, every range will break, and when price does trend away from that range, you don't want to lose the profits that the bot has accumulated in that range. So be sure to set a stop loss with a little bit of buffer above the range and a little bit of buffer below the range. This will close out the bot for you when the range does start to break. Please remember, bots can help to automate your trading, but they're not a guarantee of profit. Trading is always risky, so please do not do this recklessly. You must understand the market conditions in order to select the right bot for the current circumstance. For example, a grid bot may underperform in a heavily trending market, and the smart bot would be better suited for that trending circumstance. You must always use proper risk settings, such as the stop losses above and below the grids for the futures grid bots. And be sure to monitor the performance of your bots occasionally, as you may want to take profits and start fresh or rebalance your strategy to a more suited bot. Stay tuned to the channel for more in-depth videos coming up in this course, and please let me know if you have any questions in the comments.